Welcome to a presentation of Logan High School Sports on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM, and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Advanced Heating and AC, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Lana Powell State Farm, Old Grist Mill, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, Logan Coaches and Boosters, and Cache Valley Daily. Now, it's time for the Logan Grizzlies on KVNU.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the
Welcome on in to Logan High School, home of the Grizzlies, and the venue for today's matchup between the Logan Grizzlies and the Granger Lancers, the visitors down from Salt Lake area. Memory serves. I have it on here right here. West Valley, specifically. I'm Jason Walker alongside Josh Anderson, and we're glad to bring you tonight's matchup. Sun is out and it's bright right now. It's causing problems with our scoreboard. It's hard to even see it on our little graphic there. We'll try and do our best to keep you updated score and time as best we can, even if you can't see it. But really excited for tonight's matchup. Last time we were here, Josh, it was a really exciting game, at least for the Grizzlies, as they absolutely ran away with that game against Hillcrest.
Yeah, it just shows what a year can do for Coach, and a year in the system, believing in him, recruiting some new kids out. It was a fantastic week last week.
Yeah, a lot of good performances from the Grizzlies, particularly the defense. They forced 5 turnovers. Just a lot of great plays there. But then you had some really big plays from the offense. Easton Favero completing 15 of 20 passes for 214 yards, 4 touchdowns, ran for another touchdown. Then in the ground game, Mason Birch having a really solid night, 13 carries for 73 yards, a little over 5.5 yards per carry. And Caden Nean obviously having a big performance. Of course, he had like 80 yards on one play.
79,
79. And so he had 107 yards total in the game on 3 receptions, but 2 touchdowns. And Graydon Olson and Jace Pingree also adding touchdowns in the receiving game there. So a lot of different playmakers for the Grizzlies. And they'll try and make things happen again tonight as we look at the coin toss, and it looks like Granger won, and they have deferred. So the Grizzlies, unlike last game, will start with the ball. As they, whenever you win, you defer. That's what Logan did last time. But this time they will have the ball first and try and make something happen on offense. And I think that's going to be a big key tonight in this one, is they had a lot of offense, and you want to keep that going in this one.
Yeah, you want to keep that momentum. And, you look at this Granger team, and even after last week, the one thing that Coach said about Granger is they are big. They've got some big linemen. They've got some size on us. They do have a little bit of depth, too, but they are big. Now, is big slow or is big quick? That's something that we're going to wait and see.
Yeah, sometimes you got quick big guys, and sometimes you got slow big guys. Sometimes that's all you got when you're in high school, so we'll see. But the Grizzlies, one way or the other, they're going to be quicker. I guess the question is how much quicker.
Yeah, how much quicker?
Because if Granger's quick enough, it won't matter that they're slightly slower if they're a lot bigger, too.
Yeah, and one thing we saw last week is, Favero, very accurate. We've got some great receivers. I mean, we saw, William Ward have a good game. We also saw, you name it, we've got 3 decent receivers with Pingree, tight end Olson, and don't forget, Nean. I mean, we've got some weapons. Last week, Favero had time to throw. I think that's something where if he can find time to throw, I think Favero will have a good game.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a big key there, is protecting him. The ground game, we'll see how that goes. The Grizzlies struggled a little bit. Mason Birch broke off a couple of big ones. But I think the trenches on the defense will be big. Now, Granger only had 12 points in their game against Orem last week, but they got 105 yards out of their senior running back, Fafita, 15 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. So he's going to be a big guy to watch for the Grizzlies to try and stop. As well as their quarterback, who I think will try and get out and run. He, carried the ball 10 times for 14 yards. I wonder how many of those were sacks counted as rush attempts. But he only completed 12 of 27 passes for 125 yards, 2 interceptions. Grizzlies got like 3 or 4 interceptions last game. Maybe they'll try and take advantage of that in this one. But they might be dealing with more rushes by Granger than passes.
The one thing I don't see is I don't see the turnover chair out today, so hopefully that's not a bad omen for us. as of last week, Coach wasn't aware that they had a turnover chair.
Yeah, they just went and bought one from DI.
Yeah, but I'm excited. This is one of those that they scheduled. This is a big 6A school. This is where you get ready for, you play a little up on competition. You try to get some good film and learn from it. So this is going to be a great test for the Grizzlies, and I'm excited to watch and see and look at the tweaks that Coach will do on this game, because I think it's an even match, and I think it'll be a good night.
I think it'll be a good night of football as well. I think it'll be one of the best among the schools in Cache Valley and Bear River Valley. I think one of the other ones I was looking at was Mountain Crest, and I suddenly forget who they're taking on. Because I know that when I was looking at it earlier, we were previewing it over on 106.9 The Fan, where you can hear the Skyview game tonight. If you're perusing through the different channels here, we're here on 102.1 FM, 610 AM, as well as streaming online at CacheValleyDaily.com. But you're running through, you can find a bunch of different games of the different Valley schools. But yeah, we're about a minute and a half away. The kickoff teams are lined up on the sidelines, so we might get a little sooner than the 90 seconds we have. But I'd like to thank some of our sponsors, including Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. At Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, you can schedule your service call on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. That's advancedheating-ac.com, where you can schedule your service call for your heating and air conditioning. So here they come out, the Grizzlies in their crimson uniforms and black helmets. And Granger, who I thought was a red color, at least when I was looking it
shocked.
up.
I didn't understand the
Yeah, because they're wearing blue helmets.
like North Carolina blue.
Yeah, that nice kind of baby blue, all white jerseys and blue numbers and black
Almost
trim.
looks like Skyview with the black trim.
It does. It looks a lot. You might be forgiven for mistaking this as Skyview.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're still huddled up. They might try this little surprise onside where they're all bunched up. Yeah, see, they try to do a little cheeky run up to the ball real quick all next to each other.
They want to keep you honest, because if you're not honest, they'll just kick it one time.
Yeah, and that'll be the absolute worst time. But here comes the kickoff. Right foot through the ball, and that one will go to the 3-yard line. Caught out of the air. Return past the 15, past the 20, 25. Sneaking across the 30. He's got some room to run up the sideline across the 45, and just shy of the 50-yard line. There's the return man, number 7, Jace Pingree.
And that's what you want. It is.
All right, I think we're back. I think we might have just paused momentarily. We had a bit of a disconnect. Trying to make sure that things are still going with our broadcast. Hopefully we don't have another dropout. Just had a couple of plays while I was figuring out our connection situation, but it looks like the Grizzlies achieved a first down.
Yeah, what Logan has done is Granger's playing back deep. William Ward, okay.
Yeah, William Ward, number 11. He's wearing a different number
in
the Crimson jerseys.
Yeah, he's number 11. William Ward, had a little hitch for 8 yards, set up a 2nd and 2, and then they ran the same play, but to Olsen, caught up for a first down, but it looks like, is there a player down, or what are we stopped for?
Oh, yeah, there's a player down on the near sideline, I believe, for the Grizzlies. A lot of coaches in between as they're Asgrade and Olsen.
You don't want that to happen. Oh, no, and it looks like maybe an ankle or something there.
He's limping off something with his right leg.
It's the way they tackled him. I hate sometimes it's when they take their legs out for him. I don't know if he tweaked a knee or an ankle, but that's a big loss, even if he just has to take a couple plays off. Looks like he's walking on his own, but still, huge loss there for the Grizzlies.
Favero from the gun, going to hand it off, run up the middle for Mason Birch, got some room, jukes a man. Oh, he does get tackled by that same man. He almost got by him. He'll gain 13 yards on 1st and 10. The Grizzlies move inside the 25-yard line.
And what I loved is he was heading to the outside, did a little bit of jump cut and went straight forward north and south and just found a hole and just kept driving those feet, ran through an arm tackle or two and got 13. Great job for Birch.
3 wide receivers split left for the Grizzlies. Favero will look to his right, though. Gonna throw it. It's got a man who just a little threw it outside, trying to find Ward. on the sideline around about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and what you saw there is that's the first time that the defense, caused a little bit of a quicker throw where Favero had a man in his face. So, the other 3 or 4 throws, he's had time. They've been quick throws, but that's the first time you saw a little bit of pressure.
11 minutes to go here in this first quarter as Favero has 2 wide receivers split. The one's going to shift to the left side. Pitch to Caden Avila, trying to find a lane. Oh. Gets inside, takes a big hit from one of the Granger players, number 60, I think it was 67. I don't have 67 on my roster.
I thought it was
though.
62.
62, that would be Maimoa Havili. We're going to struggle with some of these names from Granger. We apologize in advance. I don't have time, didn't quite have time to practice.
But we got
all these guys' names.
That was a loss of 1, so it sets up like a 3rd and a long 11.
3 wide receivers to the right. Favero looking to his left, backpedaling a little bit, throwing just through the hands of his receiver.
Colt Red there, just, it went through his hands. If it could have been just a hair shorter, he could have got it. Red's probably saying I probably should have got that just because it went through both my hands, but still, a little better placement would have been a more opportune.
Yeah, just slightly lower, but he was trying to put it high just to avoid the corner, I think, a little bit. But it'll be 4th down. Grizzlies are on the 23-yard line, so even though it's 4th and 11, really only makes sense to go for it. You're probably just slightly out of field goal range. So Favero will take the snap with 4 wide receivers to his right. Again, looking left, trying to find his man. Oh, just out of the hands.
Oh, and
I think he would have been short of the first down anyway. That was Colt Red again, though. As the Grizzlies will turn the ball over on downs, Granger taking over for the first time.
Yeah, Favero had to launch that. He threw it on a frozen rope there, little low, so Red would be the only one to catch it, and it looks like it was a little too low where it made it hard to catch.
10:26 to go here in the first quarter. As Granger with the ball, handoff, trying to go up the gut, gaining a couple of yards. Is the running back, that's number 44. That's not their typical. This other man is Bobo Kofe.
Yeah, Birch with the tackle there.
Yeah.
Going first down and just a good gain of 4 for them. Oh, and there's an offsides by the kicker.
It'll be a false start is actually what they're calling here.
I'll take the false start. Good job by our kicker, number 85.
And so Bobo Kofi, he had 69 yards on 8 rushes for Granger last week.
They always say look for the ball or the man in front of you, and it looks like that's what Zeke Taylor did. I personally didn't see the flinch, but Zeke did, and good for him.
So it'll be 2nd down in kind of a long 12.
Oh.
Nearly jumped offside, but here's the throw, batted down.
Oof. Almost tip drill there, batted down. We had an opportunity there, but we'll still take the batted down. Colt Red had potentially a possible situation to get an interception on a tip drill, but still either way sets up a big 3rd down and 12.
Well, 3rd and 12. The Grizzlies had some trouble. They got the Huskies off the field through turnovers last week. Struggled a bit on 3rd down, but here come the Lancers. Throwing a bit deep, got a man, trying to get him in stride. He does, and he beats the last man. This will be a touchdown for Granger.
Yeah, the hardest thing is to do that deep ball. You've got to make sure if you leave your feet, you've got to make that tackle. If not, they're gone for a touchdown. And we tried it as a quick ankle tackle, and we missed it. We do have a flag here at the end of the play. That's typically a taunting or something typically. So curious to see what the play is. Definitely a dead ball foul here.
Granger will line up for the PAT. Head official is getting the notification of what the penalty is. Seems to be pointing toward Logan, though. Or maybe he's pointing, I think he's telling the guy. He's telling somebody. I think the official who threw the flag is walking over to talk to somebody. So, and it's on the Logan sideline, so it may have been against one of the Grizzlies. Or that, or he's wondering if they want to enforce it on the kickoff or PAT. I don't know. We got to see what the actual penalty is. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Granger.
Yeah, they're probably going to take it on the kickoff.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing here. Granger lined up in an interesting formation. Look like they're going to go for two. They will. Running toward the left, got some room, going to get in fairly easily. Basically met at the goal line by the defense.
He didn't get touched till he was in the end zone.
So that'll make it 8-0.
Which is kind of crazy that happened, because Logan runs that same type of swinging gate option play there. So that's something we have to look at. But, you know, one deep pass and a diving tackle missed, and, you know, we're down 8-0.
Grizzlies will get basically a free 15 yards on this kickoff, though. They got good starting position after the last kickoff, which Pingree returned to the 50. We'll see if they can get something similar here.
Yeah.
So the Grizzlies, I think, if it's a 15-yard penalty, Granger will be kicking off from like their own 25. Because right now everyone's lined up like they're kicking off from the 40 normally, but don't they? Or was there just not a penalty?
No, they've got to enforce it here.
Well, they haven't enforced any penalties, so if there was one, they've not done anything about it. Here we go. Now they might. And now they're telling them you got to. That's where you normally kick it off from. One of the sideline officials taking over for the head official to remind everyone what the penalty was.
Yeah, they all lined up at the regular line of scrimmage. And they're like, let's go. Come on, blow the whistle.
Head official was all the way back in the end. So the head official lined up like on the 10-yard line. He was like, all right, why are you guys lining up behind me? So here we go, 9:45 to go here in the first quarter. Granger with the 8-0 lead over the home side Grizzlies. But they're kicking off from their own 25 after the unsportsmanlike penalty. We'll see if the Grizzlies can take advantage. Here comes the kick. Line drive, low ball. Pingree going to try and take it off the bounce. He does. Across 30, 35, 40. Now across the 45, across the 50. Breaks an arm tackle. Stiff arms a man, still going. And then he stiff arm managed to grab the backside of his jersey and drag him down, but not before he gets across the plus 45-yard line.
Once again, what Pingree did is he caught the ball going full speed on stride, got another little crease, was able to return the ball up to around the 44-yard line. Outran a tackle. You know, he's going to look at that twice, and if he can break one more tackle, he's gone both times. But still, we'll take the starting position any day.
So the Grizzlies on the opposing 44-yard line as Favero takes the snap, looking, throwing, caught, then diving out of bounds is Caden Nean.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that he even got down. He was going to take a little hit there and kind of just ducked his shoulder and went out of bounds. Don't take the hit if you don't have to.
Grizzlies are small, but they're quick. They're going to find open passing lanes, I think, most of this day. They just got to make sure they protect Favero and throw accurate passes and then get some good running game whenever they need to keep the defense honest. But here's Favero again to pass. Throwing, has a man, he had it in his hands, but it was knocked out. That was Trayson Covington.
Yeah, Covington there. I mean, that's one of those that you don't know if he just dropped the catch or if it got hit out, but maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Big drop, though. Still sets up a manageable 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it'll be a big down here, 3rd and 4, and it'll be interesting. Is it 4-down territory? What is it exactly?
Jason, if it were me, I'd say yes, it's 4-down territory. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a run or a throw. Playbook should all be open, even with the down and distance.
Caden Avila in the backfield with Favero. Pingree motioning across. Favero's going to take the QB keeper, and he's just going to dive forward. He might gain a yard, and that there I think was what was supposed to set up a 4th and 2 or a 4th and 1. But instead, it's still basically 4th and 4.
Yeah, I got 1 yard. That was an interesting. It looks like Granger was almost in a man-to-man defense because Pingree went across, and his guy didn't bump, and so it looks like they had a blitz on it or something like that, and that's what stuffed the middle of the field.
And the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout. Nate Butts wanted to talk things over, get a play drawn up. We'll see exactly what they have coming out of the timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after this here on KVNU and CashValleyDaily.com.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Welcome back to Crimson Field. A big 4th down and 4 yards to go for the Logan Grizzlies against the Granger Lancers. The Grizzlies trail 8-0. They're on Granger's 37-yard line. Fake handoff. Now pitching to Mason Birch, and he'll gain about a yard. He needed 4. It was a pretty well-designed option play, but Granger, playing good defense, had a man for every single runner the Grizzlies put out there.
And it looks like it was set up well. Just I think the ball didn't get to him as fast, floated a little bit, and he couldn't get that speed going. I don't know, Jason, but it looks like they did have a guy that jumped a little too quick for my comfort. But I did like the call of going forward on 4th. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Granger will take over with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this first quarter as they have the 8-0 lead. Griffin lining up in the shotgun.
I thought they flinched.
They're going to
call it on Logan, though.
And they're calling encroachment on the Grizzlies.
And that's the 3rd time that this game. We've got it called twice, and we did think that there was a close call one time. They're definitely using a hard snap count, and that's something we got to watch.
Grizzlies got to be ready for that.
Once again.
Here comes Griffin rolling out, trying to get away from the defense. Doesn't have a man now, finally throws it, has his man caught by Figuel, and he breaks a couple of tackles. There's a flag at the end of the play.
There's definitely a block in the back at the end of the play there. Should be I think blocking the back should be a 15-yard penalty.
It's still going to, it got across the Logan 30-yard line. There's 2 flags on the field, actually, one a lot closer to the line of scrimmage.
That's typically a holding right there, or an illegal man downfield is what they typically is.
It's about 5 yards behind the line, or beyond the line of scrimmage. Referee's picking it up. We'll see if he's just putting it away. He's already told the head official what he had to say there. We'll see if it's on the Grizzlies.
And with Olsen being out,
it is an ineligible man downfield on the offense, so about a 40-yard gain is going to come back.
But that's something you got to watch for. They found a little hole in the back with one of their receivers there, and we're just not getting enough pressure on there. And so I'm curious to see if you start with Olsen being out, if you're going to start seeing maybe some blitz packages or other things like that on obvious throwing downs.
Yeah, they've got Zeke Taylor. He was charging after him, but the backside tackle managed to get enough of a block to keep him away from Owen Griffin, the quarterback, who once again lining up in the shotgun, rolling right once again, throwing toward the short. Did he drop that at the end?
They're giving him credit for it.
And they gave him a catch for about a 7-yard gain or so. That's going to set up second down. Actually, I think it should be third down, right? It's second and 4. So it was 1st and 5, and then there was the penalty. Then they just gained that to make it 2nd and 4. 8 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. As Granger now lining up. Going to hand off, run up the middle, breaking out for about 10 yards. Is the running back, Bobo Kofi.
Yeah, they did a little trap there and trapped Zeke Taylor where they pulled the guard, blocked down, and just created a little bit of a hole. He didn't get touched until he met the linebacker, Nelson.
So here comes Granger with their first down of this possession. Of course, when they faced third down on their first possession, nearly went 3 and out. They managed to get about an 80-yard touchdown. Griffin back to pass, trying to get away from the defense. He's got a little bit of room to run. He will do so, and he's going to get first down yardage and a little extra as he gets down to about the 30-yard line.
No, and that's one of those that, Logan, that's something right there on film that they're going to learn. Zeke Taylor did a great job of continuing to fight. Some of the other linemen were watching in the back and watching the quarterback throw and then dropped a little bit. If they would have just continued to fight upfield and continue to do that, I think they would have been able to force the quarterback and potentially get it. But that's definitely the Coach Butts can fix.
They did not give him first down yardage. It's 2nd and 1. Now they're going to throw a quick pass high, give the Grizzlies a chance to catch at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to end up gaining. Oh, there's a fumble at the end of the play. He gained about 4 yards. Fumbled it. Grizzlies say they have it. The officials have not made a signal. They're saying he was down. Potentially he was down or forward progress was stopped. Grizzlies were certain they had another turnover. They forced 5 in the previous game, including a fumble. Of course, that was on a bad snap. Fans voicing their frustration, and now we have a pause in play. Oh, this is a scoreboard. It suddenly says 67 minutes to go and that it's 50-0 for the Grizzlies.
We'll take it.
That is not what it should say. Well, now it says, okay, now we're right. 7:04 to go here in the quarter. 8-0 in favor of Granger is our proper score, as much as I'm sure the crowd would love to see that previous score that was up there. As Owen Griffin lines up with 2 wide receivers split to either side. And another encroachment. See it's a false start. See, Granger, they're doing this thing where they do the set and everyone moves their hands down into a 3-point stance at the same time. And it's throwing the Grizzlies off, and apparently it's also throwing Granger off.
Yeah, it looks like they both had two false starts and two
offsides. They gave him encroachment. The one referee signaled false start, but they've now given 5 yards.
So it was on the defense instead of
Okay, but now the back judge is coming up and wondering, he's saying, why did you do 5 yards on the defense?
Well, that's a big error.
We said it was week 1 for the officials last week. They're making. But now they're confirming that. Did another official say it was actually encroachment? I could have sworn I saw this near side official saying it was a false start.
I don't understand that. And if I was Butts, I'd be mad.
See, I don't even know what's going on. I'm watching the officials to see what signals they make. But here we go. Griffin back to pass on 1st and 5.
Good.
Throws deep. Has a man.
Beautiful coverage by Caden Ian there.
Yeah, great coverage. You just wish he was a couple inches taller because he was playing that perfectly.
He had him perfect. He had him boxed out. Like he said, if he was probably 2 inches taller, that ball was thrown a little high to high point it. And there is probably a 5-inch difference between Ian and the receiver there, but still amazing coverage there. Using the sideline, using his body, textbook.
The intended receiver, Tali Ta'uatiana, I butchered that so bad. Run up the gut on 2nd and 5. I don't know if I should give the name another go of that. Number 21. I'm going to insult their entire family lineage by how bad I'm pronouncing their names. But Bobo Kofi, the rusher on that one, gaining about 3 yards to set up 3rd and 2 here on the Grizzly 25-yard line. 6:05 to go here in the opening quarter. 8-0 in favor of the visiting Granger Lancers. Spread formation, 2 wide receivers either side. Owen Griffin to pass. He's got a man over the middle, caught just barely past the defender, and he's going to slip into the end zone for a touchdown. Simise Kofe, the junior, with the reception there.
No, and that's one of those that the outside linebacker was playing the flat, and it looks like we're reading the coverage, and the strong safety had the second wide receiver man-to-man there, and he just was a half-second slow. If he's a half-second faster, that could have been picked off there. It's almost like he was trying to do that, just slipped through his arms. Unfortunately, if you go behind the safety, that's a touchdown.
Going for 2 again, and this time, he might just still get it. Nope, he will come up just shy. Forward progress barely called short. My apologies, it was Uli Figiel who scored the touchdown. I thought I read number 8, it was number 0, and he's the one that had the opening touchdown for Granger. As it is now 14-0 in favor of Granger. I thought this game was going to be a little closer. Worried about the defense part. I wasn't thinking Logan was going to struggle as much as they have on offense.
Yeah. I mean, and losing Olsen there for a minute, that just hurts too. But they've been able to complete the passes, but you're getting Granger's doing the bend not break defense. So let's see if we can get a little bit of the running game going this time to get some shorter 3rd downs. because we're seeing we can get some yardage. We've had a few good passes, so this is when if you're Coach Butts, you're basically getting the team in. It's like, hey, it's okay. Let's settle down. Let's get a good drive here.
The Grizzlies have had really good field position on their first 2 drives. They started from the 50, and then from Granger's like 44 or 43, if memory serves. I don't imagine they'll get quite as lucky, although Pingree has had 2 nice returns.
Yeah, and if I were them, you've got to see something, a sky kick. If you're their coach, you can't kick it deep.
We'll see what they try. If there's an injury update, Graydon Olson no longer has his pads on. We'll see what happens now. Kicking, it's going to go straight to Pingree once again. Catches it at the 7. He's going to run toward the left. Now back toward the right. He'll get tackled just beyond the 25-yard line. So decent return, but not quite up to his, I guess, usual standard.
He tried to use his speed to fake going left and then, cut right where they were looks like they were setting up a right return.
That was the Jalen Royals special.
Yeah, it
was. No,
save
save on Scarver, excuse me.
Scarver, where you fake going one go to the other. It looks like, but Granger had some contained players that just didn't bite on it and were able to go and make a good tackle.
5:43 to go here in the opening quarter. As the Grizzlies trail 14-0. They were on the other side of this kind of situation as they had some quick scores against Hillcrest. And now they face a deficit, and they'll have to try and gain some yards. They've got 3 wide receivers split out to the wide, strong side. Throwing into the slot, caught. Caden Nean trying to get some first down yardage. Breaks the tackle, getting to the outside. Trying to outrun the defense. He'll get across the 50 and just near the 45-yard line.
And I love that you just get your playmakers the ball, and look what can happen. Nean was able to use his speed. He juked a tackle, ran through an arm tackle, tiptoed along the side dock, and got on into their, what are they on the plus 49?
Yeah, just getting him. I thought he got a little further down, but he was on the opposite sideline, so probably stepped out just a little bit there. So now 2 wide receiver split. I believe that's Birch behind Favero, who will get the handoff, grabbed his jersey, has a strong grip there, and now he helps Mason Birch up. A good play there by the defensive tackle who had a big hit on Caden Avila earlier in the game.
Wow, I mean, he literally just put his paw out, grabbed it, spun him around, and threw him down with one hand.
That's pretty impressive stuff. Ma'aimoa Havili with a 2-yard loss forced against the Grizzlies, who now face 2nd and 12. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Mason Birch motioning out to the right side. Favero looking to his left, now scrambling right, finds Birch, catches it, got a little room to run, 1 juke. Now outrunning the defense for first down yardage. He'll get down. He might be right at the first down marker.
He set that up. He took a step forward, saw the linebacker coming, just took a step back where the open field tackle is the hardest tackle to make in the game. And he showed it there, juked him out, and just inside sprinted for the 10 yards for a first down. Great job by the back. Good job by the O-line giving Favero time.
1st and 10, now handoff to Avila. He'll fall forward and gain about 1 yard on the dive up the middle. As we cross under 4.5 minutes to play, Grizzlies getting inside the 40-yard line for the 3rd straight drive.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can get points, unlike the last 2 attempts where they couldn't get it on 4th down conversions. Spread formation, 2 wide receivers out of the side. Favero looking right, has a man, throws it to Nean, takes a big hit but hangs on to it. There's a flag. I think they're going to get a helmet-to-helmet contact or something.
Defenseless receiver. Maybe targeting here.
I forget which terminology they use for those illegal hits or whatnot at the high school level. And the officials discussing they could end up tacking 15 yards onto about a 6-yard gain.
They should. He was in the air, a defenseless receiver.
They put that hit on a highlight reel 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Not even that long ago, back in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a targeting or a helmet-to-helmet. I'm not sure what the terminology is for the high school level, but signals that helmet-to-helmet contact.
And I don't think they get disqualified in high school.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any disqualifying penalties.
But that moves the ball to the 19-yard line in the red zone.
Probably about in field goal range if the Grizzlies so desire. They've got a couple of kickers who can hit from about this range. Favero going to throw quick. He had the tight end. Graydon Olson not in there right now. They were throwing it instead to Riley Hoth.
Yeah, and it looks like he didn't look up. Hoff actually running by, tapped his head. Now, he was running through 3 or 4 guys. You know,
he probably didn't think he was open.
Yeah, he didn't think he was open, so he didn't look up. But Favero's like, hey, stick to the play. With my arm, I can get it to you. And, you know, and that's just timing right there. That's your backup. You know, next man up, though, these reps are valuable for Hoff.
5 wide receivers this time. Favero alone in the gun, takes the shotgun snap, gonna throw, has his man caught, this time by Will Ward. He'll get first down yardage to the 6-yard line. It'll be goal to go for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and I love it. He was able to he sprinted up the field, found the hole, stopped, came 2 yards forward just to set up a nice target for Favero, and then got down.
We have a timeout, I think, by Granger. So we'll have a pause in play. 3:41 to go here in the opening quarter. Remind you, one of our sponsors, Cache Valley Auto Care. Honest work, fair prices, no upsells, no pressure. That's a Cache Valley Auto Care. They treat your car and you the way they would want to be treated. That's Cache Valley Auto Care.
And Jason, now we got a first down. It looks like the ball is on the 6-yard line. This is where, if you're Granger, and I guarantee you that's where they're saying, hey, this is our time. This is where we do the bend, not break. But if you're Logan, you got to have confidence. With Olsen being out, you're seeing a lot more of the 5 receivers instead of more of the, you know, the running back where they were last game. They went into like 3 in the backfield and stuff. So it's a little different personnel that you're seeing this game already that you did last.
Yeah, wondering if they'll have some confidence in their run game. Maybe they'll try a run on first and goal here. They do have Birch in there, who's a bit more of their power runner than Caden Avila is. But they do have the 4 wide receivers trying to spread Granger out and make some room here. They still have fairly stacked the box. Favero in the option play, and it's not going to go anywhere. They're going to lose about 4 yards, or well, probably 3 yards.
And you know, that's the second time they've run that play, and they've hammered it both times.
They've been really ready for it.
Yeah, they have.
And so they'll give them a loss of 2. It'll be backed up to the 8-yard line. They'll line up 4 wide receivers once again. Granger's still keeping a lot of guys in the box, trying to cover the middle of the field. Favero looking to throw, has his man Caden Nean, and he's right on the goal line. They're going to call him short.
He's in.
They're saying he was short.
There's no way.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Video experience brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors.
Sets up a big 3rd down in inches.
He might have been short. It's
Maybe
hard
the
to
knee,
tell.
I don't know.
I'd have to watch it in slow motion. But it'll be 3rd down. You have to imagine this is 4-down territory. We'll see what the Grizzlies do. They line up with 2 running backs on either side of Favero. They might try and throw to the isolated receiver here. They are just going to run it, and Granger will absolutely swallow that one up. A loss of 3 yards as it comes back to the 4-yard line. And the Grizzlies face the decision whether to kick a field goal or try and get the big points here. I think they're going to go for it. They're bringing Caden Nean in at wide receiver, bringing Mason Birch out. So they'll have to get 6 or bust here with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers either side. Nean is on the right side, as is Will Ward. Favero looking to throw, has a man caught, touchdown Grizzlies.
And that was the same play Nean ran to get open, that got him to the half-yard line. You know, they just did a little bit because he's the inside receiver. He's going on an outside linebacker, just sets him up, runs to the sideline there, and he's been open both times. Great job by Coach Butts going back to the same play that worked.
Big touchdown for the Grizzlies as they managed to claw something back after giving up 2 touchdowns and not getting any points. But here they are, the PAT, low blocked. Zeke Taylor's kick after the touchdown is blocked. It'll remain 14-6 with 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies will kick off for the first time today. Give some score updates from around the region. At the end of the first quarter, Morgan leads Skyview 21-3. Late in the first quarter, 2:50 to go, Ridgeline leads Park City 7-0. Green Canyon trails Springville 7-3. And those are our updates so far.
What I like here is Coach Butts, the first thing he did is he grabbed his offensive line and he sat him down. I mean, this is what a good coach does. You know, he wants to get some good coaching in the middle. It's like, hey, you got a third down and inches. That's something that you've just got to buck up and you've got to get going. And so I want to give credit to Coach by just calling them in, calling them together, and just say, hey, we need you guys. Come on. We're going to need you. This is going to be a long game, and we're going to need that yard next time.
Kickoff, long from Zeke Taylor, will be just on the edge of the goal line. It'll be caught before it goes into the end zone, so here comes the return, and then hook around the shoulder pads and tackle to the 20. Good tackle there, especially avoiding a horse collar in that situation.
Great job there. Oh, there it is.
Oh, do they finally throw a penalty?
Unless that's for the coach by going on the field. That might be a warning, sideline warning. He's mad at something, though. One of his players, I think, got cheap-shotted. And I like Coach standing up for his team. That's what you got to do. But that should be a sideline warning.
Yeah, I think it is a sideline warning if I was interpreting the signal right.
No, they're getting actually an unsportsmanlike even.
Unsportsmanlike.
They're not even doing a warning. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Okay.
Coach Butt's still giving the referee an earful.
And that's exactly what he's saying right now. He's like, call the game, Mike. You're calling it on me. Watch the players out there. I'm defending my team.
So here comes Granger now on the 35-yard line instead of the 20. As they line up in the shotgun, Owen Griffin back to pass, throwing deep's got a man just outside of his reach. Well, several yards outside of the reach of Ta'utaina.
Covered by Nian there. Nian took just had a little bit of a stumble, so I'm grateful that that ball was a little overthrown there.
Second down and 10 yards to go.
I don't like this. Nian's taking himself out.
Well, he just played an entire offensive series. Made a lot of big plays. May just be tired for a second.
I think he's okay. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're just giving him a blow.
1:53 to go here in the first quarter. Snap, handoff to the running back, Bobo Kofi. He finds a lane up the middle. First down across the 45 to the 46. Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need with reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems. All that and more at Les Olson IT. 1.5 minutes to go here as Granger looking across the 50-yard line. Griffin to throw, has a man trying to find him up the seam, overthrew him.
Yeah, once again he was open. If that ball is thrown on the money, that is an open pass. But still, this Granger's, the way they do it is they do a set, and then it's almost like a harsh. They're on their knees, and then it's like set, and that's just causing Logan to really get off their.
2-point stance to 3-point stance there all at once. And
we're like flinching, but then it causes us not to get a good explosion when the ball is snapped.
Now quick fake handoff, quick throw, and over the head of the intended receiver. Griffin's been off target on 3 of his throws.
Yeah, and we're grateful for that because that's causing a big 3rd and 10 here. Dear Logan, we need this.
Last 3rd and long, the Grizzlies forced on the defense, led to about a 75-yard touchdown. They'll try and avoid allowing the deep pass on this one. Granger lining up with 4 wide receivers. Griffin.
We need some pay, yes. Oh,
trying to scramble out. Now he throws deep, has a man nearly intercepted, dropped. Had it in his hands and then dropped. Figuel had the pass on his hip. Drops it, it'll be 4th down and 10.
Yeah, and that's Colt Red there. I don't know if he got a hand on it or just was there enough to cause him to lose his vision there. But still, that ball, there was a ball that was on the money. It just wasn't caught there. But I'm going to give credit to Red by either just getting in the way or getting a hand on the ball.
1 minute 14 to go, and as far as I can tell, Granger is not lining up to punt unless they do what has become like a more and more common trend is your kicker just punts. Or your kicker just punts.
Well,
your quarterback just punts.
You're 4th and 10 on the 40.
Fourth and 10 on your own 45. Now Granger's going to call a timeout. They're second of the half. We'll take that break, too. We'll be back after this here on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM, and streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of LesOlsonIT.com.
Les Olson IT.
Fourth and 10 as we come back to the broadcast here at Crimson Field. Grizzlies trailing 14-6, trying to get a stop. Owen Griffin looking to throw.
Oh, that's got to be a
Should have been
flag.
holding on the right tackle.
I'll take it, though, but there's a flag with it either way.
There's the flag anyway. It's a turnover on downs. Assuming that this penalty is not, it's a holding. And the referee just looking over to the sideline being like, you're declining this, right? And we will get that signal from the Grizzlies. It will be Logan ball on Granger's 46-yard line. Is
familiar territory for Logan there.
Yeah, spending a lot of time in Granger territory.
That's a crazy play. It almost looked like a backup quarterback came in or something. I don't know. It didn't look like the same quarterback.
I believe it was. I believe it was still Griffin, number 1 out there.
Very interesting.
The sun's shining kind of harsh on these white jerseys. But 1 minute, 3 seconds to go as Logan trots back out on offense. 4 wide receiver set. Hand off to Birch. Trying to go off the right guard, and he will gain the line of scrimmage, and they might give him an extra half yard. We'll call it second and about 9.5, depending on whether they spot this. They'll basically spot it right shy of the 45. So the Grizzlies will face second and 9. This will probably be the last play of the second quarter. As we cross under 40 seconds to play, they will have to snap it at least once more, as there's only about 16 seconds on the game clock and on the play clock. Favero to pass, facing some pressure, going to scramble straight up the middle. Jukes the linebacker, then gets down, just dives into the turf, and he'll gain about 6 yards. It'll make it third down and about 3.
There we go. Good job for Favero. He could have waited and had Nian, but he may have got hit from behind. He went up front. I'm surprised he went back into the middle, but it looks like he found a great lane, was able to get some good yardage there and make a manageable 3rd and 2.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score at the end of 1, the Logan Grizzlies 6 and the Granger Lancers 14. We'll take a break here on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM. Streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com, where your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. We'll be back after this.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Welcome back to Crimson Field, a crucial 3rd and 3 for the Grizzlies. We start right away, handoff to Caden Avila. He will gain nothing, and it'll be 4th down from the 43-yard line of Granger. Grizzlies probably going to go for it here.
Yeah.
They've gone for it at that distance before.
I mean, the one play that's worked is the inside slot receiver running a little like 3-yard hitch. And it's usually been Nian, and he's checking in. Put him on one side, motion him over.
Caden Nian's playing snaps, important snaps on both sides. He's been a big player for them so far. He scored the touchdown earlier that's made it 14-6 after it was 14-zip. And here we go. Early in the second quarter, Favero with 2 wide receivers on the other side, motioning Pingree. Going to be a jet sweep. Pingree trying to get around the outside. He will gain nothing. He will lose about 8 yards. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the man who's been making a lot of plays, number 62, Havili. He's got 3 tackles for loss in this one. And Josh, I get the sense that violates one of Josh's pet peeves.
Yes, it does. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. It's one of those where, yeah, we're okay.
It's not the end of the world. They were on like the 36, excuse me. I thought I'd mistaken the yard markers because now Granger taking over on their own 43-yard line.
I can see why they tried to run that play. Maybe they're thinking he's going to run up the middle so that they pinch in the middle, but they just pinched all around. And so it's one of those plays where you're like.
Really controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Here comes Granger with their own run up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, but going to drag the defense for about 7 yards. Smack on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Raiden Nelson had him 5 yards before, and he just kept churning those feet. I mean, he's got some powerful legs there. You can tell.
Bobo Kofe on the run. He's had a good night tonight so far with some, not only massive gains, but a bunch of 7-8 yard gains. Owen Griffin to pass. He's looking over the middle. Caught right between the safeties for the Grizzlies. Going to get across the 40-yard line to the 38. With 10.5 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they just ran just right behind the linebackers, just camped. Really what's got to happen is Logan's just got to put a little more pressure on the quarterback. We're right there. He was able to go to his third option and get a completion.
Granger lining up 1st and 10 from the 38. As Griffin has his 2 wide receivers split by their side and a bunch of movement.
Oh, there we go. That's a late play by the refs, but that's a false start by the offense right there.
It looked like a motion for false start, but we've seen that we're not always sure what they motion. Okay, they do signal for a false start. And we had that in the first quarter where somebody said it was false start, somebody said it was encroachment, and the referees had to talk about it for a second. But
they still didn't change the signal, though.
Yeah, 1st and 15 now as Granger will line up in trips to the right, to the wide side, 1 to the short side, and another whistle, and this time encroachment. So they're going to give it right back. And now the clock's off again. As it says there's 19:57 to go in the, I think it should just be 9. Score's correct. We'll see about the clock. Yep, now we're getting the whistle as we're saying, what's going on with the clock? Because we don't have 20-minute quarters. It's like a game at the Spectrum. I always say that it's not a game at the Spectrum when there's not a shot clock malfunction. Had a bit of scoreboard. And they're trying to figure out something. We might have a bit of a timeout now. Trying to figure out, they're trying to signal the time to put on the clock. And 9:45.
There we go.
Is what they've put up there, and I think that's about right because we were just over 10 minutes. And they keep time manually on the field as a backup, don't they?
I think so.
I'm not sure who's responsible for that time specifically. Bear Rivers beating up on Cottonwood 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. Pretty dominant game for them. Owen Griffin here in our game, Logan versus Granger, throwing short, has a man getting to the first down marker and beyond as he'll get down to the 24-yard line is Uli Figio. as Granger picking up yards in chunks now. They went deep on a bunch of passes last series, didn't work for them. Now they're going to the run game and short passes, and it is working very well for them. Exactly 9:50 to play in the second quarter. Granger with the ball, first down and 10. Looking to throw as a man 8 yards deep, caught. Trying to get to the first down marker, throws off the defender, still going, fighting forward, getting across the 15 down to about the 12 or 13 yard line. And that'll be another first down for the Lancers.
Yeah, what you're starting to see is they're picking on that second receiver in when the safety's about 15 yards deep. They're basically saying, I'm just going to throw you the ball, and if you can get 5, great. If you can get 7, great. But they've been getting even more chunk yards than that.
Griffin rolling to his right, throwing high through the arms of his receiver.
Yeah.
Figiel.
I think that's just a drop right there. Because he jumped for the ball, but he almost did a half jump. His hands were up, but I still think he could have got more. So good coverage, but I'm calling that a drop.
Second down and 10 for the Lancers. On the left hash here, 3 wide receivers to the right side. Griffin in the gun, fakes the handoff to the back. Scrambling to his right now as his first man wasn't open. Now throwing over the middle, got a man wide open. Caught, touchdown for the Lancers. 9:12 to go here in the second quarter, and the Lancers extend their lead a little bit. There's a man down on the field. I believe one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, and it doesn't look good. He's holding his knee, which you never love to see for an offensive lineman.
We'll go ahead and take a quick pause as we allow the training staff to attend to the injured Lancer. We'll be back after this.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
And we're back here on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM, and streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com. Your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Brief injury timeout, but we're back as Granger. They're pretty much lined up for 2 every time, although now it looks like they're actually going to kick it. And their wide receiver, Uli Figiel, who is the man who will attempt this one to try and put the Lancers up 21-6.
Oh, he missed it.
And yeah, he line drived that one. I'm not sure it cleared the heads of the umpires as it went between the uprights.
Nope.
So it'll remain 20-6, 9:12 to go here in the second quarter. Grizzlies down 2 scores once again. They faced this earlier in the game.
This is where, I mean, we still have 9 minutes. There's still plenty of time here. Logan just has to they've got to figure just what's working and what's not. They were pass heavy the first 2 or 3 drives. That one they were more run heavy, and so you've just got to try to find that balance, what's working and what's not.
So the Grizzlies kick return team comes out. They've had a decent amount of success. They've returned kicks beyond or to or beyond the 50-yard line twice, though one of those was aided by a 15-yard penalty.
Let's see here. Let's see if they kick to Pingree again.
You got a right-footed kicker. It's hard to not kick toward the left when you got a right-footed kicker. But if you try hard enough, they can kick it over to, I believe that's Covington on the other side. And here comes the kick. They will kick it toward Covington. He'll catch it off the bounce at the 8-yard line. Running now to the left side, getting through a couple of guys, and then he'll take a big hit right at the 35. But a solid return there. As he took a big hit. As Covington looking a little worse for wear there.
Yeah, that's one of those hits that I think just hurt. I don't think it's a concussion. I think it's
definitely
more of a just.
It was a lower body.
Yeah, it knocks the wind out of him a little bit.
Yeah, it may very well. He didn't look like he was ready to get up, but yeah, it wasn't a concussion thing. It was a he may have taken a shot to the kidney or stomach or his hip. We'll hope Covington is able to come back in at the junior wide receiver and defensive back. Grizzlies in spread formation, 4 wide receivers. Quick throw, a little high. I'm not entirely sure he maybe wasn't looking for Colt Red, although it was Pingree who ultimately was the closest, but it looked like it was far enough that he may have been looking for Red.
Could have been. Red kept, I mean, that's one of those that you got to look at, is Red just kept going upfield. And so I wonder if it was supposed to be, you know, Pingree did that same play that they've had success with, but Red was wide open down deep.
Favero threw the quick pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 4 wide receivers set once again. Avila motioning out of the backfield toward the right. High snap. Favero pump fakes, throws. Now he's got Red. 1st down. Dodging through a couple of safeties. He will ultimately be wrestled down at the 50-yard line, right on the Logan Grizzlies centerfield logo.
He saw it. If he could have just one step and cut and gone to the sideline here, it was wide open. But he was going so fast, he just pinballed off a few people.
His momentum was taking him toward the far sideline.
And he wanted to go. He was looking at it, but still, great catch. In traffic, and the ball's on the 50.
Favero alone in the gun. He's going to throw quick to the right side. He's got Pingree getting a good block from Will Ward. He'll gain about 5 or 6 yards depending on the spot here.
And I love that, just letting your athletes make a play. Good block by Colt Red there, just giving him just a way to make some yards and made a quick 5.
8:24 to go here in the second quarter. Grizzlies trailing 20-6, but a couple of first downs here as they look to march up the field. They're on the Granger 45-yard line. I think 4 of their, or just about all their drives have been in Granger territory, actually. 4 wide receivers to the left this time as Favero looking to throw. Oh, he had Caden Nean. Threw it just a little low. Nean still got one of his mitts on it, though.
Yeah, Nean's mad at himself. You can tell. He stayed down for an extra second.
Stay down for a moment to be frustrated, but then he hopped quick up as the Grizzlies will face 3rd down and 5. Imagine this is 4-down territory. Wonder if they'll try and run it. They do have Mason Birch in the game.
I do like some of these short passes and back passes. At times they're almost like a run. And if you can get your player in the backfield, you can get, 3, 4, or 5 yards. Like I said, they're almost like an extension of the run.
Granger stacking the line of scrimmage. Favero going to try and dive up the middle. He'll lose 3 yards. Granger sniffed that one out, bringing just about everybody and overwhelmed the Grizzlies line. It'll be 4th down and 8, and you have to wonder if Grizzlies maybe kind of have to punt. But I don't think they are.
I don't think they are.
Coach Butts calling the shots here.
See, and I don't mind that play because they're thinking if we can sneak and get 2 or 3 yards, it really makes a more manageable yardage. But, I mean, just like right now, I mean, they've got everybody up on the line but one.
Got to try and beat the pressure. Favero to pass, throws long. He's got Pingree. Oh, just inches past his hands.
And that's one of those debates where you're like, do you just keep running or do you dive and try to get it? Just inches, though. I still love the effort by Pingree. Great call by the coach. Just inches.
We'll look at the replay here as Favero just a little off his back foot and just barely through the hands there. As we resume, Granger going to take over with a 2-touchdown lead. 1st and 10, barely inside their own territory. Quick pitch to the back. He's going to go right now. Cuts back to his left. Got some room to run. One man to beat. And I think he lost the ball. He's going to have to fall on it. And I think he does just that. It'll stay with Granger. For a second, I thought that was going to be a touchdown.
And Logan played it perfectly. They had 3 men there to just try to get him. They made him go inside, hoping that the rest of your team would be there to rally around and make a tackle, and some of the players just didn't hustle to the ball, and there was a line,
Here comes the snap. Rolling to his right is Griffin, and he's going to get dragged down, thrown to the ground by Zeke Taylor. Came a little close to a...
you got to be careful with that unsportsmanlike, because he grabbed the towel and threw it on him at the very end. I mean, that's something I'm sure they'll
He kind of naturally grabbed the towel as he threw him down, had it in his hand, and he just kind of threw it away. And it's like, I think it was natural. He's just thrown it to the ground. But sometimes officials interpret things the wrong way. As Taylor was excited getting what I believe is his first sack. We might have given him a sack last game for chasing the QB out of bounds.
But, that's a 10-yard loss there. That's a big play.
Fake handoff and almost tipped at the line of scrimmage. Caught in the backfield, dragging the defense ahead for about 5 yards. Is the wide receiver. I didn't catch his number as he was running, number 4.
Still.
Ta'ina.
You know, still great coverage. I mean, that's bend not break. You still set up a big third and 15 here.
3rd down and long. I think they're calling it 15.
Maybe even potentially 16.
It could be. They need to get to the 24-yard line, and they're on about the 41. That looked like an illegal motion. Pitch to the back, because he's going to gain most of that first yardage for a first down.
I think he got it.
I think they put him right on the 24-yard line. They kind of got away with the receiver motioning, moving a little bit toward a little bit more forward than maybe he should have. It was on the edge. But it'll be a first down. It was 3rd and 15-ish, and they gained 15 yards to make it first down and 10 from the 24. The Grizzlies have struggled a bit on 3rd down this game, even on 3rd and long. Griffin, they're in the pistol, handoff to the fullback out of that formation, and he'll gain about 7 yards down to the 13-yard line.
And this is when if you're Granger, you really just want to try to, pound this ball. You've got 5 minutes left in the half, and you're up 2 touchdowns. Logan, really what they have to do is they just need to make a few stops, one at a time, and build upon it.
Lancers would love nothing more than to score with very little time left on this clock. They'll get the ball out of halftime. As Griffin takes the snap from the gun, hands off to Kofi, running up the gut. He'll get the first down right at the 10-yard line. It'll be goal to go for the Lancers.
Yeah, and that's one of those right there that they had the 2 linebackers. Logan had the 2 linebackers up, and they had a man in every gap, and really they just went to the left side, and the tackle in the end were just controlled by the Granger end. And so that's something where we just need to get that leverage there to make that tackle.
4:17 to go here before halftime. Handoff again to the running back, up the gut. He'll gain about 5. They might mark him at, let's see, yeah, they will give him the 5-yard line as we cross under 4 minutes to play in the half. 2nd down and goal to go for Granger. As they're taking their time, trying to drain as much clock as they can, try and leave the Grizzlies. They can probably leave them less than 2 minutes, depending on how many more plays they take here in these next 2 or 3 downs that they have at their disposal. Now from the pistol, fake handoff to the running back, throwing, trying to get that fade route, and I think he might have got it, but they're calling it incomplete.
Yeah, I almost think he juggled it a little bit when he was outside.
But of course, the official that was 20 yards away from it signaled it.
Yeah, just parking underneath the goalpost. I'll still take it. Sets up a third and 5. Like I said, this is what Logan needs. Now we just need to set up a big 3rd and 5. The way they're set up, they got two backs, a fullback and a back, just 2 wide receivers. I think they're going to run it and try to pound it.
Handoff to the fullback. He'll run it up the gut, stifled at about the 1, then they'll push him back.
There we go, 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 1.
This is where Coach talked to him. He brought the O-line in.
Grizzlies saying they have the ball, though they are signaling it down. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. This is where you saw Granger stop Logan on this yard line. Logan has seen it can be done. We just need to do it now. Here's a big play.
Lining up in the pistol, throwing, and that one's way outside.
I'll take that all day.
That'll be turnover on downs. Grizzlies will take over.
See, that would be a Josh pet peeve right now, but I love it because it was the other team. You do the deep ball on a 4th and a half yard.
Especially when they've been doing so well on the ground.
They've been averaging 5 to 7 yards a run,
2:50 to go here in the half. The Grizzlies avoid giving up points before the half, although now
but this is
98
awesome.
yards to go.
But this is what Logan needs. They're down 3 scores. They got 2:50, so it's not even a 2-minute drill. We've got time here, and we've got some timeouts. So Logan just needs to get it's that first down right here that's the most important, because right now it's just a short field. And so you're going to see that, but big.
Favero under center, just trying to sneak up the middle. Just get a little bit of space is what he was looking for, and he'll gain 2 yards.
Yeah, we'll take that. It just gives them a little bit more yardage there to work with.
Yeah, just try and make it so that instead of being 2 yards deep in the end zone when you're snapping, maybe you can have your heels on the end zone.
Yep.
So Favero,
I like that play. I don't know why we haven't used that before on the short yardage.
I think they did it once in the last game. Or actually, no, he snapped under center, but then he ran it, or through the running back. Quick throw, Caden Nean slips the defense. Can he get past one more man? He will get dragged down. If he breaks that tackle, I think he would have been home free.
I mean, that's when coaches tell you got to tuck in your shirt, because that's literally what got him. He had this shirt flapping out, and someone grabbed it, or else he could have been gone there. Woo! Still a big play.
Score update, Ridgeline up 25-0 on Park City. 4 minutes to go until their halftime. Hand off to Caden Avila, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 yards. 1:53 to go here in the half.
This is where it's like, hey, 2-minute drill, guys. Come on, we're on the 20-yard line. We got 1:45. Let's go.
2nd and 12s are down in distance here. 2 wide receivers either side. Favero looking to pass, throws it quick, has knee, and he bobbled it for a second. He will hang on to it. Clock will run. 3rd down and 8 after the gain of about 5. Oh, man, I'm thinking 3rd and almost 6.
See, that's the play that's been working right there. Did he drop it? No, they gave it.
No, they gave it to him. He bobbled it for a second, but he hung on to it. The one defensive back for Granger was signaling incomplete.
Did they not move it? It looks like they gave him 1 yard. I thought it was on the other side of the.
No, it was 2nd and 12. Because Caden Avila lost the 2 yards. So he gained about 5 there. Favero to throw. Has knee, and he dropped it, though, and he wasn't at first down yardage anyway. We go back to Josh's pet peeves, and I imagine now they're going to look at punting it.
Yeah.
This is not a situation to be going for it. 59 seconds to go here. Being that far backed up, they went a little conservative. I think if they got one more first down, I think they would have started it sailing it deep.
I agree. But yeah, pet peeve, Josh's pet peeve. You know, if it's a 3rd down and 6, you run 6 yards, you don't run 5.
So the punter will be at number 10, Mason Red, the sophomore. And they might have a different long snapper, because I thought Graydon Olson was the long snapper. Punt is up, and it's a decent one. We'll see if we can get a good bounce. Oh, it bounces straight up, and no, it'll bounce a little diagonal.
Let it go. Let the ref blow it.
Yeah, you gotta teach players, let the ref blow that one dead. You can get like an extra 3 seconds before the refs realize what you're doing there.
And you just wait for another guy to do it, and you just all huddle around it and just wait for him.
But it'll be on the 44-yard line of Granger. I imagine they'll try a deep shot here. They've got plenty to work with here.
1 timeout, it looks like there.
Yeah, 1 timeout, 47 seconds. And they've got Owen Griffin there. They got 2 wide receivers to either side. I couldn't see one of them for a second. He was almost lined up like a tight end. Griffin looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle, and nearly intercepted. Hosey Fryer, the sophomore, came over and laid out for that one. It kind of hit him in both hands at separate moments.
Yeah,
otherwise he would have come down with that.
And that's a tough catch. He's diving it, but it did hit both hands. Still a tough catch, but you got to it. You know, he's a sophomore. He's playing for Nean, where Nean's playing more heavily on offense there. Great reps for the sophomore, and still a great play.
2nd and 10 for the Lancers. They go aggressive, looking to throw, being tracked down, throwing it back across his body, finds a man. He'll be tackled. He will get first down yardage to the Grizzlies' 46-yard line. That'll stop the clock for a second at 31 until halftime. And now it's running as it's when they set the ball.
Yeah, they just kept
running it. Griffin to throw. has a man caught at the 30, running for more across the 20, down to the 16, and that's where Granger will take its timeout, because I think they're going to try a shot into the end zone, maybe two.
Yeah, you got about 2 plays. You got 12 seconds.
Well, having seen the fact that they don't kick PATs typically, and the one PAT we saw kicked was not as good, or at least not as
consistent. Makes sense why they line up for 2 every time.
Yeah,
I imagine the ball.
I imagine this is just going to be 2 shots at the end zone. And if one of them goes in, one of them goes in.
And that's their one timeout, and so that's a big one right there. They can't call a timeout, and so you're probably not going to see a running play with 12 seconds left. That changes a lot of the play calling there.
Yeah, so, and we'll obviously, again, it's 2 passes, so we'll see if the Grizzlies can get some pressure. They've gotten Zeke Taylor after him a couple of times. So that last play, Riley Hoth was chasing at him.
Did we call that? Because they said that.
I think they might have just given it to the wrong person, because I thought I saw all the motion on the sideline for, and it was the official on Granger's side who was waving, who was doing the timeout signal.
But we'll have to see.
Griffin to throw. He's going to throw it long into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Granger gets the score at the end of the half, makes it 26-6.
And that's just a great play. I mean, we had a Logan defender right there in position to do it, and they just threw it right over his head to the Granger receiver. I don't know if he thought that it was out or something like that, but Logan was there, and just a better play, a better catch by the Granger receiver there.
Yeah, it was very well placed for them, like for a high school quarterback to put it right. You know, he didn't have much more room on the sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this one going. They're going to go for 2. They're going to snap it to the wide receiver. He'll run it right up the middle. He'll get 2 points. That'll make it 28-6. As we'll kick off and then basically have halftime. And our score will be 28-6. The Grizzlies struggling much more in game 2 than they did in game 1, where they led, what was it at halftime, like 40-0? 40-6?
Yeah. And they came in the second half and just pounded it, and that was the game.
Yeah. And they got the 1 touchdown on their first drive, and then they were putting the backups in basically.
And if you're Logan, get ready for a squib kick. Something short is what I would do with 4 seconds left. But with Pingree, you just never know. He's been 1 tackle away from a touchdown both times. So.
So here we await the kickoff from Granger. Mind you that from quotes to claims, Lana Powell of State Farm, their office makes insurance easy. Straightforward advice, flexible options, and a friendly team who's just a call away. That's Lana Powell, State Farm insurance agent. Granger, they're waiting for the signal from the referee. They wait for the whistle, because they wait for the whistle before they break the huddle. Oh, that's offside, isn't it?
I didn't think they could do that.
Well, because that's offside. He ran across the 40
line. Yep.
He ran across the 40-yard line. You're not allowed to do that, even though he came right back across.
It took the referee a good minute to call that too.
I think he was wondering, like, can he do that? Or maybe he was waiting for the far side judge to call it, because that would have been his job, because it happened on this near sideline. So that's second time that they'll have to put the tee.
Let's see if Logan adjusts. Else. They've got to move up the 5 yards. Let's see if they adjust.
They don't have to, and I don't think they are. They're
did they just decline it?
No. They're the penalty yardage, but
nope, we're good.
Logan doesn't have to. No. Oh, no, they did. They're 10 yards. Okay,
they did it before we could.
Yeah, they did it before we noticed. Pitch high up into the air, fair caught by the Grizzlies. Smart little play there when you.
Hey, let's go deep.
They took a second off the clock, despite the fact that I don't think they're supposed to. If you fair catch it, no time comes off the clock, but difference between 4 seconds and 3 seconds is absolutely nothing. They might kneel it anyway. Think Favero can throw it 60 yards?
Let's just see what defense they line up.
I don't think most high school quarterbacks can throw it 60 yards.
I mean, that's where you almost line up if you're Granger. You want to line up in almost a victory defense way back because they don't have enough time for that.
Yeah,
so.
they've got about 5 defensive backs hanging 10 yards. Probably going to drift 15 yards. We'll see. They've got 4 linemen on the line of scrimmage, and basically every other man on the field is a defensive back.
You know, I still like Pingree onto this deep side. Let's see if he can do it.
We'll see what they can do. There's a lot of room. There's one deep safety, although the corner's cheating back. Favero throwing, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, caught by one of the Granger players on the sideline. That'll be the end of the first half. Your score here on Crimson Field, Logan Grizzlies 6, visiting Granger Lancers 28. Some adjustments to be made for the Grizzlies and some ground to make up. We'll talk about it here at our halftime break here on 102.1 FM, 610 AM, KVNU, and streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip. Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of LesOlsonIT.com.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of lesolsonit.com.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of lesolsonit.com.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Welcome back to Crimson Field. Some work to do for the Logan Grizzlies this second half. Not insurmountable, but Josh, 28-6 is quite the, not terrible, but it's something to work on. 3 touchdowns here before we start the second half.
Yeah, and we've had opportunities. I mean, we've been inside the 20, we've been inside the 40 on 3 different times and didn't get any points from that. And so you're seeing some glimpses, but it just, a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 2 or something that we're just not getting. We're not being able to finish the drive. And so the passing game is working. We've seen 1 or 2 good runs by Birch, but really we're just not seeing much of a running game, and that's really hurting us. And so I'm just curious to see what we do in the second half. Really, if it were me, if I'm Coach Butch, I'm basically saying, let's win this second half. If the score is 0-0, that's fine. We just need to do what we do best. Let's throw the ball, let's catch the ball, let's give our quarterback time, let's give some of our runners a little bit of a crease there, and let's just see if we can win this second half.
As one of the biggest teams they'll be facing, big as in, physically, literally big.
Yeah, you've got some big boys. I mean, their running back, he's running through 3 people every time he gets it.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So they're not going to be facing teams this big all year, but you want to show that you can at least stand up to these guys, win some battles in the trenches. And it's the kind of matchup that really prepares you for the upcoming season. You were playing that 3A schedule. You got to face Mountain Crest next week because they're not going to be quite as big, but they'll still be, again, physically bigger than the Grizzlies. So things you can learn, things you can get better at, improve the run game, hone the pass game a little bit. I think Favero's throwing the ball pretty well. Just got to tighten up some timings and get some good hands from the wide receiver.
And the secondary, just tighten it up just a little bit there too. Instead of maybe not watching the quarterback as much, maybe really just sticking to your responsibility and putting some hands on some of these receivers. I mean, knocking them off their routes.
DD Auto and Salvage is Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. Call 435-787-1204. That's 435-787-1204 for DD Auto and Salvage.
And Jason, I just want to mention one thing. Today is Champions Night here at Crimson Field, and they were able to bring, my gosh, almost the whole 2005 state championship team, which is 20 years. You had Riley Nelson here, and you had some other players. I mean, but just an amazing team. They set multiple records. They said they were ranked 9th in the Western United States, not including Texas. And so it was just good to see the team here and just the participation they have of the team coming back and being honored.
A lot of championships for these Grizzlies. There are 8 years up there on the east side wall from the stadium. Technically, you call it the west wall from the building's perspective. 1978, 1988, 1989, 2000, 2005, as you mentioned, that team having a bit of a reunion on the field. 2007, 2011, and 2015, and trying to build back toward that. They had a lot of success in 3A. They're back in 3A now, trying to rebuild this team under head coach Nate Butts. As they're getting things figured out as they kick off, the Grizzlies will be kicking off to the north. As Granger, who scored just shortly 4 seconds before the halftime break, will get the ball back, leading 28-6 here on KVNU. As we stream live, as well as being on KVNU, the radio home of the Grizzlies for 80 years. Dating back to, I think, the 1930s, late 1930s, at least 1940s. And we're also streaming on CacheValleyDaily.com, your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Zeke Taylor puts his hand in the air, and he'll put his left foot through this ball. It goes high in the air. It'll land at about the 7-yard line, caught out of the air. Running toward the left end, slightly up the middle, and breaking through. That's going to be 6 for Granger. I don't see any flags on the field. And all the way, 93 yards for Uli Figiel.
And I don't think he got touched.
I don't think he did either. 12 seconds from the 7-yard line to the end zone. And that's how quickly Granger scores in this second half. They get 34-6 now.
And that just shows you how valuable Zeke Taylor was last week, where he got all but the first into the end zone as touchbacks. And so just a little bit of an off kick for Zeke Taylor there.
Here comes Granger. Oh, he dropped the ball. He just dropped the ball on the two-pointer. And it is recovered by the Grizzlies. I don't even know if that goes in the stat sheet as a fumble recovery. All it does is it makes it 34-6 now, as the Grizzlies will take over after giving up their first special teams touchdown allowed of the season. As you mentioned, they had fantastic special teams last week.
Fantastic special teams last year.
Of all those kickoffs. Yeah, of all those kickoffs, Zeke Taylor had so many in the end zone, as you detailed. But his 2 kickoffs today, one was just barely shy, and that one he just didn't get as much of it, and it was 7 yards shy of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, last week he even kicked some out of the end zone. It was that good of a kick.
He was kicking off better to the, of course, he kicked off more to the south, I guess, because he only had like 2 kickoffs in the second half. But here are the Grizzlies now, as they will they'll line up on the south side of the field.
Let's see if we can do the same thing. I mean, we've had some great returns this game. Let's see who they kick to. I mean, I still wouldn't kick off to Pingree over there, but
Colt Red now. Trayson Covington took a big hit, and he kind of hobbled off the field a little bit. I don't know if I see him down there. I don't see his number. No, he's over there. He's with Graydon Olson, as they are both wearing T-shirts with their football pants, as they're both out for the game. Long kick. This one will go into the end zone. Good kick for Granger there. Their first one that gets into the end zone, as Logan will take over on the 20-yard line. 11:48 to go here in this third quarter.
And Logan just needs to settle down. I mean, I'm not saying the game's out of hand, but right now, really what you just got to say is, let's have a drive. Let's have a drive. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what heart we've got and go for it.
They've had 3 or 4 good drives, but the problem is those 3 or 4 good drives, only one of them gets into the end zone. That's kind of where you end up having trouble there. And the referee is blowing it dead, I think. Oh, there's a ball on the field still. They never grabbed the ball out of the end zone. I guess they assumed it was going to bounce out of the back, and I guess it bounced back on, or stayed on the field. Riley Hoff, the backup quarterback, grabbing that and then hucking it toward the sideline, showing off his arm there. As Favero now, the starting quarterback, has the ball snapped over his head, bounces toward the end zone, trying to fall on it, and they'll fall on it.
I don't think that's I think it's on the 1.
Yeah, it's on the 1-yard line. I believe it was Birch who had to just dive on it.
And he hustled.
They're going to mark him down at the 2-yard line. Favero's been fielding high snaps a lot of this game. That one finally goes over his head.
But I'm going to give a hustle play right there to Birch, because if Birch doesn't like sprint to that, that's a touchdown for
safety.
Grangers. I almost think it'd be a touchdown.
Touchdown at worst, safety at best. Because if you dive on it in the end zone, it's your own guy, you get a safety. Favero taking the snap, trying to throw deep. He's got a man into his hands. It's Caden Meehan, and he's tackled just shy of the 45-yard line.
I love the play. I think we've got the speed, and I want to see more of those plays. Beautiful throw, Caden Meehan. Almost, they just grabbed him from behind and pulled him, but still, first down when they needed it. Now the ball's on the 45-yard line, so that's a 42-yard play. Great job, 43-yard play. Great job, great catch by Nian.
And Nian will come off the field. He's playing a lot of snaps.
Yeah, I think he's just tired. He's probably not perfect there, but.
Well, he gains about 40 yards on that play. The Grizzlies will line up 1st and 10 from their own 45. Favero looking to the right, throwing, caught by Birch out of the backfield, and that's almost a late hit out of bounds.
That's what I thought too.
It's hard to tell because we're on the far sideline, or on the near sideline. It was on the far sideline. Don't know how far out of bounds he was.
Great catch by Birch, sprinting to the sideline, going north and south, getting what he can, getting the extra 3 yards. Still, looks like he got six yards there on 1st down. Sets up a great 2nd and 4.
Favero taking the snap once again, has to throw it quick as Colt Red. He's got to beat one man, tries to get around him.
See the speed.
Full race to the end zone. He's not quite going to get there. Inside the 5.
He did. For a younger classman there, he's still got 30 yards, trying to get that end zone. He did get hawked. It looks like the 2.5-yard line, though. But great catch by Colt Red there.
Timeout called by Granger as they want to talk things over now that the Grizzlies have goal to go once again.
Yeah, he olayed that strong safety, and then it was just a foot race between he and 2 other players. Got to the 2.5-yard line. This is where Logan needs to say, okay, we were in this position. We could not get a yard. Let's see if we can push this in. That's what I would love to see Logan do.
And it's going to take some, I think, creative play calling. You got to run some creative runs because just running up the gut just hasn't been working. Granger will stack the line. They're getting really good penetration there. They've got that, number 62, Havili, is just, that guy's going to go play college, most likely, with how much he's doing there. And so, but if you can get some good creative play calling, don't get too cute.
Yeah.
But run something good, run your good plays, and see what you can get. You got Caden Nian out there on the right side. You got Pingree and Colt Red over here to the left.
And you got Avila. You got the speed back here. So I wonder what they're going to do.
Granger stacking each gap.
Looks like they may be man on the end, and so let's see.
Favero looking to throw. He was rushed. It was really tricky for him to release that ball because he had a man basically bearing down on his right arm.
And they tried to do the same thing to Nian, but it looks like he tried to go to the back, the Covington in the back there. Not Covington, but who is that on the edge? That's number 11.
That's Will Ward.
Yeah, that's Will Ward. Sorry, he's number 1 in his other jerseys and 11 in these jerseys. So
yeah.
Messes with me a little
bit. He's also
bit.
on the far sideline. I got my binoculars here. They're kind of old, though. 4 wide receivers as the Grizzlies line up near that right side hash. Again, Granger stacking all the gaps. Favero to throw. Throwing over the middle. I think he got it. Will Ward, touchdown. The Grizzlies grab one back as they get into double digits here. And there's a man down for the Grizzlies. I think Pingree and Will Ward basically ran opposite. They crossed routes there. But I think Pingree and a defensive back, because there was it was Nian, Caden Nian. He and a defensive back collided because there was a Granger man down for a couple of seconds. Nian just stayed down a couple of seconds longer, but he's jogging off the field. He has been a trooper tonight, playing as many snaps as humanly possible.
And looks like they're going for 2.
Yeah, Grizzlies lining up for 2. They had to send out Riley Hoth there in place of Caden Nian, who had to come off. So they got this 4 wide receiver set. Favero again in the gun. Avila on his right hip. Motions Hoth right to left. Favero to throw. Throwing and bobbled. I think he dropped. He did drop it.
Little behind him there. He was open. He had to stop, wait for the ball, allowed the Granger player to just get up on his back and knock it out.
Will Ward, who just made the big play, couldn't quite hang on to that. As he said, a tricky one. It's hard to call that off target, but it was like slightly not in that. And those can be the slim margins. The difference between 80% accurate and 100% accurate can be the difference between converting and not converting a 2-point conversion. That'll make it 34-12, 9:55 to go here in this third quarter. The Grizzlies trailing by 22 points. I'm Jason Walker alongside Josh Anderson here on KVNU, as well as streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com, where your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Also like to thank Preston Watts Auto Collision. Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been in business for 60 years. Next time you crash, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass.
Come on, let's get this out of here, Zeke.
Oh! They're running an onside kick, trying to get up the sideline.
I like it. And we didn't get it, though. Had a good bounce there, just went right over the head. They did have a guy on the far. If that just goes over his head, Logan had somewhere to get that. But very creative there. I like the chance.
It's hard to get a hop that good to begin with.
It was a good hop.
Like, and again, at that point, it just becomes luck. But that, because you want to hit it down and then have it hop really high in the air.
Yeah, and just give credit to the Granger guy in the back. He just stood there and collectively got it and went down.
So Granger will take over on their own 43-yard line from the pistol formation, and a false start. False start on Granger as the wide receiver, Uli Figuiel, jumped a bit early. He's got 2 or 3 touchdowns. Well, he had the kick return touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, and he has at least 2 receiving touchdowns by my count, unless I'm missing one. They've got several touchdowns. They've got 5 touchdowns in this game, and I believe he's got at least 3 of them. From the same pistol formation, pitch out to the left side. Got a lane to run, trying to outrun the defense, and he will do so inside the 10-5 touchdown. Granger scores. Tomasi Vehikite, pardon my pronunciation of these names. At least I think that's who it is. Unless I can't read numbers.
Really what Granger did there is they were able to seal the defensive end, whose responsibility it is to keep contained, and it just created a big lane, and he just used his speed to outrun the Logan Grizzlies.
I think I had the wrong number. I thought it was number 10. I read number 11, Paseni Makoni. .337 to go here. Granger leads 40-12. Almost an opposite of the score. They lost 47-12 to Orem last week. A very good team there. They tack on the extra point, make it 41-12 with 9:37 to go here in this one. Grizzlies got back that kick return touchdown by scoring, but now Granger adds one on offense. And so they reestablish their lead and actually technically extend it since they got or no, it's about the same because they both scored 6. They both failed the 2-point conversion, so it's the same. So the Grizzlies trot out their kick return team.
You know, let's just keep moving. Just keep moving. Let's see if we can answer this. That's what the Grizzlies have just got to do. Okay, we gave that one up. Let's see if we can answer.
Get something. Even if you're struggling a bit on defense, don't give up on offense.
Yep.
Sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes your defense just doesn't have their day. So keep going on offense. Can't imagine Granger's actually going to break out the onside kick. Not at this point when you're up by this much. You also don't always want to put it on film. And you want to have that tendency. Well, we don't actually ever do it. Kickoff will go 7 yards deep into the end zone. See if they remember to collect the ball. They are not. I don't know why I fixated on that, because they forgot to grab the ball last time. Oh, the referee's telling them. The referee's telling them this time to go get the ball. The referee remembers. And there we go, we got it. So 9:37 to go here in this third quarter. Nate Butts huddling with the offense, getting them ready. Caden Ian was getting onto the field. He's like, am I going on, coach? He's like, no, we're going to hold you off a little bit more. Caden Ian has had an excellent game in this one, but you also want to keep these guys healthy, and Caden Ian's looked a little banged up on a few of these plays. Vivero taking the snap, throws it short and bobbled, and eventually hitting the turf on the pass. Mason Birch, the slot receiver there, he was looking for him, couldn't complete the pass. 2nd down and 10 now As Birch comes off, Caden Nean will sub in on this play. As the Grizzlies throwing a lot of these quick passes. Granger is really trying to get pressure, but Grizzlies is just throwing so quick they don't have time to get to him. Favero in the gun, he's got Avila next to him. Favero takes the snap, and now we're getting pressure on Favero. He throws it, trying to find Nean.
That's got to be a pass interference.
It is pass interference. He might have caught it anyway.
And that's the person you just didn't want to, because he almost got like kneed in the head or something coming back. He's already been gimping a little bit. That's Caden Nean. He's down a little bit.
Caden Nean, not a dirty play by the defensive back. Just Nean had to go low to catch that pass, and the defender trying to stop it basically landed on Caden Nean's helmet. And he is still down on the ground. I'm trying to make sure that if they actually called that a completed pass. I don't think it was
I don't
completed.
think so, but I did see a flag come out.
There
Unless
was
they
a
called
flag,
it, deemed it uncatchable.
He'll gain 18 yards or 15. Yeah, this first anyway. So we're going to take a quick break as they're attending to Caden Nean. We'll be back after this.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
We're back here at Crimson Field. Caden Nean getting up, mostly under his own power, just got a hand up, and I imagine he'll probably be held out the rest of the game, though. Be attended to, check for a concussion, do some sideline attending to, but we might not see Caden Nean the rest of the game, despite him having an excellent night so far. But it'll be first down and 10. There's a pass interference penalty on that one. So Favero taking the snap, running to his left, throws. He has Mason Birch. Reels it in for about 8 yards.
Good job, Birch.
He gets to the 43-yard line.
That's a good catch, though. Saved his quarterback where Favero was, sprinting to his left being chased, and he just kept running on to the sideline, was able to reel in that ball and get out of bounds.
2nd and 2 as we're we're at 9:16. Clock's not running yet. Favero, snap, quick throw, caught by Birch once again, trying to dodge the defense. He will not get away, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, or was that Avila? No, it was Birch. Avila was around by the end of the play, but it was Mason Birch who caught that pass there. Filling in at slot receiver for Caden Nean at that position. You can tell that that's what shows up on film that's open is that inside wide receiver on the right side of the formation there.
Yep. They've that's the play, but they have success with it.
Favero once again in the gun, motioning Birch across the formation right to left. He'll take the snap, immediately facing pressure, throws it, nearly intercepted, threw it high, was looking for Birch on a crossing route out of the backfield.
And I think you got to go for this.
4th and 2 from their own 43. Indeed, you might as well go for it. You're not losing anything else. And Nate Butts signaling the next play. As I believe they'll split 4 wide receivers. They got Pingree and Colt Red on this near sideline. And they'll have Will Ward out on the right along with Mason Birch. Favero from the gun. He'll have Caden Avila right behind him. And Granger and now Avila motioning out of the backfield. Favero taking the snap, trying to avoid the pressure. He will not do so. He'll be sacked for a 2-yard loss. And that's turnover on downs for the Grizzlies. Granger takes over with 8 minutes, 22 seconds to go in this third quarter.
And I don't mind that call, even though they didn't get it. They optioned the back out, which actually took the middle linebacker out of the field. So if he can just, if Favero can just get past the down lineman, then that was wide open, that play.
I don't think that was the designed run, though.
I don't know.
Do you think it was?
I think it was a designed run because he just went back, even though he had the pressure. No one was in the backfield. If he gets there, he could still be running right now.
Out of the pistol, Granger runs the ball, and they'll gain about 5 with Bobo Kofe. At least I believe that's Bobo. Maybe it's a different. I don't know if they have the same running back in. I believe that time I think they handed it off to number 41. Puamau. Mateni Puamau.
Oh, they definitely jumped. There it is.
It'll be a false start on Granger. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Basically wipe out the gain on first down. So Granger will be backed up to the Grizzlies' 41-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the third. 41-12 our score.
I don't know if they're starting to get some of their second O-line in. It looks like they've got some players there that aren't used to playing.
Owen Griffin motions a wide receiver, and that is an illegal motion. He was on the line of scrimmage. You can't motion as a wide receiver on the line of scrimmage, which either makes that a false start or I guess they call it a false start, not an illegal motion. As you're not allowed to do that, as the student section is gleefully informing Granger. At Planet Fitness, they have big fitness energy for all the benefits, all for less at Planet Fitness. From the pistol once again, now they run the motion correctly, but then the left guard does a false start. So they've collected about 15 yards in penalties now. 3 procedural penalties. They might run laps.
Yeah, like I said, you can tell they've got some of their seconds in.
Now here they go, finally getting it right. Hand off to the fullback out of the pistol. And he'll gain 4 yards for wrapped up, and the ball came out. They called him down on forward progress.
Yeah,
but,
the whistle was blown on that one. Good job by Nielsen by trying to strip it, but no, I did hear the whistle before it came out.
So it'll be 3rd down in a long ways, 15 to 17 yards. They need to get to the 31. They're on the 47. That's 16. We can do math if I say it out loud. 6:41 to go here as the Grizzlies trail 41-12. Fake handoff to the fullback, pitch out to the running back. They got a 3rd and long conversion on this very play. They will not get the 3rd and long conversion, but they still gain about 12-ish yards, 10 to 12 yards. And that'll set up 4th and a much more manageable 6 yards. So yeah, 12 yards. Or maybe 10. I said it was 3rd and 16. Scoreboard said 3rd and 18. Now it'll come down to 4th and around 6 yards. Now Granger going to throw this time. Griffin looking to throw. Throws long. Has a man just over the outstretched arm of Caden Nean and into the arms of Uli Figuiel as he scores the touchdown. That's one where Nean, like, he had good coverage, but it's sometimes height is something that matters.
He tried to time it perfectly, just an inch too short to get that ball.
Yeah, it's just like you see a guy play so skillfully, and you got to give credit to the quarterback as well.
Just got it a little over his head.
You put it on a dime, then there's not much the corner can do no matter how tall they are. The kick is blocked. I believe Zeke Taylor, kicker on kicker violence there. Yeah, Zeke Taylor gets that one, and he might have got hit in the stomach there. He looks a little winded. Taking a field goal kick to the stomach never quite feels good. Did you ever block a kick like that?
Oh, yeah. Not in the stomach, but I've blocked a bunch of kicks in my day.
Yeah. How many, do you remember?
I was known for that. I mean, I think I'd scored 2 touchdowns on blocking kicks.
There you go.
They lined me up as a nose guard and just let me shoot the gap.
Oh, gee,
it was fun.
That's the hardest way to block, especially these days. Of course, they made a bunch of rules these days.
I just swim them, and usually I could get off the ball before. So, yeah.
47-12 our score. As that is this was the score that Granger lost by last week.
It really is.
A bit of
deja vu there.
Yeah, deja vu, irony. I don't know. What's the word?
I don't know. Irony, I like your word better than mine.
Yeah.
For them, it's probably deja vu. For us, it's irony.
Yeah, or something. I don't know what it is. History repeats itself. As Granger will come out.
A little fake kick.
Yeah,
he actually faked it.
Imagine he accidentally kicks it trying to do that. 4:44 to go here in the third quarter. Clock is running now. Do they do a running clock?
This will be returnable.
Pendry's going to catch it at the 7. Running to the right now, cutting back to his left. Trying to sneak through the defense. Ooh, just about got there. Gets across the 40 as he slid through what would have been the last gap. He just kind of got clipped on the hip ever so slightly, knocked him off balance, and he got caught from behind.
You know, Pingree's having a great day returning kicks. He's had a couple fantastic returns.
You can imagine they're going to – they didn't do much kick returning in the last game, so you imagine they'll get up against one of these teams. You have to bet that Pingree's going to break one.
Yeah.
In one of these games.
What I love about him returning kicks is he's not afraid to go full speed up the field and look for that wedge. Because a lot of times if you can get him that little.
Favero back to pass, quick throw, finds Pingree. And he just kind of wrapped the ball up, expecting the hit, and he just walked backwards 3 yards before somebody finally did hit him.
Great throw once again.
And good catch. Protecting the ball, too.
Yeah, that slot receiver going about 5 yards down the field and then saying get what you can.
And it's like he was anticipating a hit, did exactly what he should do in that situation, and the defense didn't hit him for a couple of yards. So it'll be second down and 8 yards to go, 3:25 to go in the third. The Grizzlies trail 47-12 here on KVNU 102 FM, 610 AM, and streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com. Five wide split. And Favero throwing quickly to Pingree once again, catching it on the ground. He does catch it, though.
He sold that one. If he caught it or not, he sold it.
Yeah. For half a second, I thought I saw the referee signaling incomplete. But he was, because, waving hands above the head or incomplete. A timeout called by Granger. As they want to talk this over. Second timeout they've used this half. As they called one when the Grizzlies got inside the 5. Now they call it after the Grizzlies gain their first down of this drive. 2 quick catches by Quinn Pingree, who also had about a 35-yard return. Or excuse me, Jace Pingree. I said Quinn Pingree.
I think
Quinn Pingree is on the team.
Mm-hmm. He was a captain last week, actually, too.
Yeah, but Jace Pingree is the one who's made the last couple of plays. 3:01 to go here in this third quarter. Reminder about Young Automotive. Think young, drive young. They got multiple dealerships in Cache Valley and throughout northern Utah. Again, Young Automotive. Think young, drive young. 5 wide split, 3 to the right side, the wide side. They're lined up on this left hash here. Quick pass rush. Favero throwing quick and just not quite on the same page. He had Colt Red on the sideline, and Red basically cut toward the inside right as Favero was trying to hit him on the outside hash.
Yeah, just a little bit of just a little bit off there. He was open and there was room to run there, but still plenty of time for the 2nd and 10.
They're making things work with these short yardage throws, little quick ins or these hitch routes right on the numbers basically.
I still love to see a deep one.
We'll see if they try one now. Play call dead. Encroachment on the defense is what's being signaled by the sideline official. So that'll make it 2nd down and 5 for the Grizzlies. 2:24 to go here in the third. So ball is on Granger's 39-yard line. That's how far the Grizzlies have to go to get a touchdown. Try and salvage something from a game they are currently trailing 47-12. As Favero looking to the sideline, getting the play. As again, they've lined up in this 5 wide set about 4 plays in a row. Favero to pass, running out to the right side. He's trying to find his man. He finds Will Ward, I believe that is. And he's got some room to run going to the left side. Trying to stiff over a man. He fumbled the ball right out of bounds. He was on the sideline as he lost that ball. Because Will Ward fell down during the play, but he got up and ended up being the safety blanket for Easton Favero.
Yeah, and he fell down, and I don't know if it was but his receiver just kept going and thought he was just going to stay down, but he got up and he ended up being wide open in the middle of the field and just ran to the sideline, picked up an extra, couple yards.
Got 18 on the play as the Grizzlies get to the 21. Now 4 wide receiver split as Avila comes in the game. Pingree motioning left to right. Favero rolling to his right, looking for a man. He doesn't have one there and just kind of has to dump it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's good job not losing any yardage by just throwing it away.
Makes it 2nd down and 10, a minute 10 to go here in the third quarter. Grizzlies taking enough time here. Of course, play clock hasn't even started. As we're waiting, are we?
Yeah,
is there a penalty?
Yeah, it looks like there is.
I did not see.
That looks like half the distance.
Oh, I think there was like a personal foul or an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
But they're calling it second down, I believe.
Yeah. Half the distance. There's not an automatic first down on those, which is kind of funny.
On the personal fouls? That's weird.
Pass interferences and personal fouls are a 15-yard penalty, not an automatic first down.
Favero to throw, facing pressure, has to dodge out of it, going left, throwing to the back of the end zone. Impressively caught by Granger, but he was 3 yards out of bounds. By the way, score update, Bear River is leading Cottonwood 77-0.
Wow, after last week, Bear River got it taken to them.
And another blowout. Mountain Crest, as of the last update I got, 56-8. It was halftime. I imagine they're well into the third quarter. Morgan leading Skyview 35-17. Green Canyon trailing Springville 19-3. And yeah, 77-0 for Bear River. And that community deserves
Cottonwood's
a big
big
win.
school too.
They are. They're not always as good though. I think the Grizzlies beat them a few years ago.
Yeah.
Favero motioning the running back out of the backfield. He'll throw to him. Birch nearly got a one-handed, though. He almost got murdered by the defender.
He would have caught that. Good thing if he would have caught that, he would have been lit up by the defender. Good job on the defender for not
showing a bit of restraint there.
Yeah, he did. Showed some restraint.
That makes it 4th down now for the Grizzlies.
4th down and 2.
And, of course, they're going for it. There is no other decision but to go for it here. They've not – oh, they punted once. Is that the only punt this entire game?
We're going to flip sides.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after this break here on 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU, and streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Welcome back to Crimson Field. We're streaming on CashValleyDaily.com, your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. And we're also here on KVNU, home of the Grizzlies for the last 80 years or so, basically since the late 1930s. At Logan High coaches would like to say thanks to all the generous sponsors for their support of Logan High football. As always, remember with Cache Valley Daily, download the app for replays and photo galleries of the latest games, plus local news and information about what's going on in our community. 11:40 now. There's a running clock here. We're in the fourth quarter. Favero, quick throw, caught, first down. They'll call that a catch, and it'll be down at the 1. I believe.
Yeah, Jace Pingree diving for that and was able to ring it in. Throw was even a little in front of him, but he still was able to bring that in.
So it's a running clock. I believe that makes 35 points in the fourth, because you were saying that last week.
Yeah, it should be a running clock.
And it's exactly 35. It's 47.
There we go.
Here we go, and right.
Oh, he got in.
Just barely short.
Boy, these refs are stingy with that goal line. But
yeah, Favero, they called Caden Ian short earlier, and I could have sworn he got in. Favero marked. Oh, they can't put that ball much closer.
Yeah, I think he got in.
That nose of the ball almost looked like it's there. Favero might just run the exact same play. Dives around the left hip of the center, and that's a touchdown for the Grizzlies. Favero gets his second rushing touchdown of the season.
And you don't know, I mean, I don't care if it's the seconds or the first ins, but you still love that. They needed the yard. They couldn't get it earlier in the game, and they got it here. So that's a victory for Logan, able to punch this in for the touchdown. Now we're under the 35, though.
Yeah, they're still running the clock, though. Zeke Taylor in for the PAT. Snap down, kick up, and a beautiful little kick there as it goes through, make it 19-47 in this one. 10:46 to go. Now they stop the clock. And now Taylor will trot onto the field for the kickoff. So probably that's not going to change much as far as the result, but I think with seeing 2 scoring drives in this game, you're seeing a lot of what you want to with this offense.
I mean, they're doing what I wanted. I mean, I'm not saying that they're listening to me, but they found some of the plays they like. They're going to that, on the right side, that little 5 yard. They're using the pass almost as a run. I loved using the quarterback for the sneak at the end zone. And so you're starting to see some of the plays that work here for this team. I mean, it was a different play calls last week, but the last 2 drives, they've focused on the plays that they've been having success with.
Zeke Taylor putting his hand in the air, waiting for the whistle from the officials so that he can kick this one away. Let's see if he can get this one to the end zone. He's had better luck kicking to this end of the field, and
it must be like a Gulfstream or something.
Is it like downhill this way? Cause
I don't know, because they're kicking it out of the end zone too.
Yeah, they kicked it out, and he couldn't quite get it out of the end zone kicking north, but he kicks that one it was like not one of his better kicks, and he still got it 2 yards into the end zone. So, clock is still running. I guess they're just going with the running clock.
And you're seeing, you're seeing some different players' numbers that I love that they're getting some other people in. You're seeing like Clayton Wilkie. I mean, he is a senior, but he's getting some time in there. So I like that they're getting some of these other players in too.
9:40 to go here in the game. As Granger has it in there, their backup quarterback is in. They had some defensive linemen in, backup defensive linemen for the Grizzlies, and they jump offside. And I gotta check who the quarterback that's in now. I mostly noticed it was different because he's of, shall we say, shorter stature. Hassani Makoni, unless he's like, he listed as a freshman, so I believe he must be the backup quarterback. And I believe he had a touchdown earlier in this game. He'll just hand it off though, and the Grizzlies will manage to drop the runner for a loss. One of the few times they've managed to force a loss on the run. Bobo Kofe, I believe, is still in the game at that starting running back position. Granger just kind of working on running the clock out now. We're under 9 minutes to play in this game. 2nd down and 6. There's a 5-yard penalty which set 2nd and 5. They got a 1-yard loss on 1st and 5. Now handing it off, met just past the line of scrimmage. They'll gain 2 yards, but still you call out a win for the defense, holding him to that short distance on a run up the middle.
And what you love there is the Logan defender there was able just to wrap him up and drive his feet instead of being dragged forward. He was able to knock him back. So there was a great open field tackle there.
3rd down and 4 yards to go as the clock continues to run. We'll go under 8 minutes by the time Granger snaps the ball here on Crimson Field. Now they call it Crimson Field. Do you think they should paint it crimson?
You never know.
Granger finally snaps the ball, looking to pass, and wrapped up in the backfield and dropped for a sack. Well, he won't be dropped. They're just going to whistle it dead. Forward progress was done as 3 different Grizzlies had their mitts on the quarterback.
Looked like it was Raiden Nilsson that ended up getting it, number 34.
Might be a shared sack there, and Granger looking like they're going to line up to punt. Is this their first punt at all?
I think this may move.
I don't think they did.
I think this is because they went for it in the first half on the 40 and they missed it. So, wow.
And here's a short punt, and it's going to bounce straight up in the air on the 40-yard line. It will trickle forward eventually.
Boy, he grabbed that with one hand.
He's their wide receiver. He's good at catching those long snaps.
I tell you, if he didn't get that was going almost over his head. He had to He had to get his paw up there and just will it in with one hand, or that could have been a touchdown or a safety.
7 minutes even to play as the Grizzlies will go out onto the field once more. I believe it's still their first team offense, even as they trail by that 28, right? Yeah, because they were down 35 and they got 7, so it's 28. It's hard to do math when you get these really high scores eventually. 5 wide receivers, 4 are split out to the left sideline as the Grizzlies are lined up on the right hash, going left to right here. Favero to throw, throwing over the middle. Will Ward almost stuck onto the end of his fingers there, but he can't hold on. 2nd down and 10 now as we cross under 6.5 to play.
Yeah, Will Ward with just a slant right over the linebacker. Actually a pretty decent throw by Favero. Touched his hand. Could have been maybe an inch too far, but Will Ward just couldn't bring it in.
Just right on the edge of that catch radius, and it just you add that degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
Greater chance that the receiver couldn't quite hang on.
And he was covered really well, and so that's also you feel that coverage, and so it's just a little harder to catch the ball.
4 wide receivers to the right. Quick throw, intercepted. Favero throws an interception. This one's going to get returned for 6. He was trying the quick throw to Caden Avila, threw it too far in front of him, and that's Favero's first interception of the season, taken back by Mateni Puamau. That adds to the deficit for the Grizzlies. 53-19 now.
There we go.
As the clock continues to run. And another PAT trip for Granger. I think at this point they've probably run out of their 2-point plays, and they're just saying we're just going to kick it at this point.
They got to work on it.
Yeah, got to work on that PAT. You never know. You might just need the 1 point. You want to be able to do it. And they need a ball, or they need another player. Or both.
And the ball.
Yeah, there we go. A player ran out into the field, but the referee was saying, we don't have a ball. You need the kicking ball. As the ball they score the touchdown with belongs to Logan. That's always the interesting thing. Each team has, it's bring your own ball.
Yep, and the kickers have their own balls, and they're picky about them.
Justifiably so. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. 54-19 now the score. As the clock will start running again, 4:33 to go here in this game. Grizzlies will line up to return likely for the final time here. Couple of score updates. Skyview making a bit of a run on Morgan. They only trail 35-24 now.
And that's what happened last game. Remember, Morgan and Ridgeline were tied at halftime, and then Morgan gave up a huge second half lead. They didn't score at all, and Ridgeline just ran away with it. And so it's surprising that Morgan's done that both times.
Our most recent update says the third quarter.
I don't know why the ambulance.
There's an ambulance here with a stretcher. They're not really hustling. Wondered if there's somebody on the sideline who's needing you might have a minor medical emergency here. As they're going to bring in one of the players, I think.
No, they have someone there.
They got someone just sitting there. Yeah, they brought in a medical crew on the sideline here.
Looks like a pretty big guy. I don't know who it is.
Kickoff goes 5 yards deep in the end zone. Pingree will catch it in his own end zone. As hopefully this young man on the sideline is okay. He's sitting up. And I think they're just, you almost wonder if maybe he broke a collarbone or something.
It could be. That's kind of like what they're looking on his back. So interesting. 2 minutes, and so this should be probably the last possession of the game here.
Last offensive possession for the Grizzlies. Favero trotting out there once again. He's got his usual allotment of receivers. He's got Mason Birch behind him, Caden Nean and Will Ward, I believe, on the bottom of your screen there. And then Jace Pingree over there, and he's going to throw to Pingree. Has to contort his body, catches it, dancing around the defense, still going, still spinning around, hasn't been taken down, finally taken down after a gain of about 45 yards, gets down to the Granger 45-yard line.
Yeah, just incredible athleticism by Pingree there. Just kept going up the field.
Great job there from the Grizzlies as our offense keeps having some good plays there, and Pingree been amazing in this second half. And now Favero taking the snap, throwing quick. This time, Caden Nean kind of got caught in the air and was in the air, but also off balance in the air. I think that just threw off his rhythm trying to catch that pass. So 2nd and 10 with 1:39 to go. As Favero getting the signals from the sideline, they'll try and salvage one last scoring play from this game under 90 seconds to play. Down 54-19. 4 wide receivers to the right of Favero. He'll look to the left, now he'll scramble to the right, trying to find a man. He's got a couple of options, gonna hurl it in there. Rings it off a defender who wasn't paying attention as the ball caromed off his shoulder pads.
And all these reps you'll have film. I mean, that might be one where you say, hey, either just throw it out of bounds and don't hit the receiver in case he catches it, because that was thrown right to a Granger defender and it could have done that. So, he'll clean that up with film. So every one of these reps you can learn from.
3rd down and 10, 5 wide, split 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Favero looking over the middle, throwing, and there was a hold there. Indeed, 2 flags come out as a defender had a fistful of Jace Pingree's jersey, keeping him from getting to that pass.
Yeah, that should be 15 yards, which will put him, it looks like it'll put him on the 25 with only 31 seconds left. And this clock is a running clock.
They've stopped it, though.
I think with 2 minutes left, they still stop it.
They just might. That does sound about right.
But you may only get, they stop it with incomplete passes, but you probably got 2 plays left.
So I think they only called holding.
So that'd be 10 yards then. No, that looks like 15.
I think it is 15.
So
because wasn't it 2nd and 10?
Yeah,
or
2nd and 10.
And they took it from the 40 to the 25. So you were right.
And now the clock starts.
And now they wind the clock, and Favero will take the shotgun snap. 5 wide receivers once again. 4-man rush, and they've got guys on him, and Favero's going to go down.
Timeout.
They might not call timeout. Nate Butts isn't signaling for one. They're just going to run one more play here.
Maybe the end.
I don't know if they'll have time. Nope, he's going to wave him off the field. That will be the final play of this game, and the Grizzlies will go down in defeat by a final score of 54-19. An inglorious second week after a very successful first week. The tougher, bigger opponent was in front of them. And this will serve as a learning lesson as they head into the rest of non-region play. We'll take a quick break. We'll have some thoughts. We'll see if we can get Coach Nate Butts up here for post-game thoughts as we're working, as we'll talk about the game, and also well wishes to the Logan player is currently being, they think they're working on something with his neck. I think that's probably the main thing, is they're worried about maybe a neck injury. They put a brace on his neck. If appropriate, we'll provide any updates. But we'll take a break and be back after this here on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM, streaming online at CashValleyDaily.com. Postgame is next.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of lesolsonit.com.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
RPMs raise your BPMs, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Express Auto and Tire carries used vehicles for every budget and financing to help every credit situation. Express has thousands of used tires in every size for about $30 per tire. Express Auto, 3200 North Main, North Logan.
This is Dave Simmons. Partner with the pros at Les Olson IT for all your office technology. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services. Think of lesolsonit.com.
Les Olson IT.
All right, we're back here on KVNU. We've got Coach Butts next to me here. We'll get you in frame here. Jason Walker along with the head coach of the Logan Grizzlies, Nate Butts. I know there are a lot more smiles, a lot more happy faces after the last game, but obviously this one not quite as close. But what things do you feel like you guys improved on over last week, and what things do you feel like you need to learn from after watching this game?
Yeah, really proud of the way the kids stayed together, and a lot of stuff was happening between the whistles and stuff from the opposing team, and there were some penalties thrown on that, and just proud of the kids for keeping their heads, remaining in their character. Got a lot to fix, especially for us up front. It's kind of we knew that was an area where we would be pretty young, and we've got some guys that we as coaches have to make sure that we're doing our jobs to get them to grow up as fast as they can. Yeah,
a really big challenge there. Really big guys, and it kind of makes it hard for a young developing offensive and defensive line to be as effective as you want them to be.
Yeah. We that is the case, but our job as coaches is to get them ready each week. So we got to make sure we're doing our job and get them right. So that starts with me, and we've got who we got here,
Yeah.
So we got to roll with it and coach them up.
How similar of a challenge will it be next week at Mountain Crest? That's also going to be a pretty good team, and they're doing pretty good this week. Last I checked, they were winning.
It was 56-8 at halftime.
56-8, so they were beating up on their opponents. So it's going to be a tough challenge for you next week.
Yeah, it will be. We're super excited to go play out there. Great, really thankful for Coach Visser. Obviously it's the only team in the Valley that we still have on the schedule, and I'm grateful that he was willing to schedule us and play us. So it's great for the Valley when Mountain Crest and Logan can play. Long-standing rivalry, and that's a great team he's got, and he's done a great job with them. So excited for it.
So probably one of the biggest positives of the game, the pass game. Easton Favero still looking pretty good. Obviously not perfect to have the interception, but a lot of really spreading the ball around to his receivers. Jace Pingree, Caden Ian, having pretty good games. Still moving the ball pretty well through the air. Yeah. Happy to see that. Interception he threw was completely on me. It was just bad call into what we were seeing from Granger. So I put him in a tough spot there. If it wasn't for me being a bonehead, then he would have been perfect on that. We're all growing week to week, so we'll see improvement from the team, from the coaching staff as well. Thanks again, Coach Butts, for coming on. Yeah. We'll look forward. We won't be on the call next week. It'll be our Mountain Crest crew, but we will have the game streamed on CashValleyDaily.com. So thank you very much, Coach Butts. We'll go to break. We'll conclude things after this.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
RPMs raise your BPMs, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
We're back here on KVNU. The final score of this one, they turned the scoreboard off and I forgot to write it down. I'm pretty sure it was 54-19. That's the awkward moment when you realize you can't remember the final score of the game you just called. But Grizzlies, in the end, the final score, exactly what it is, didn't matter. The Logan Grizzlies kind of got their butt kicked at times, but talking to Coach Butts, like there's good, there's bad, there's things to work on. They got a tough opponent next week, and that's what matters at this point. But what matters for us the most at this point is we got to hand out a couple superlatives. Our Napa Auto Parts best part of the game, and Josh,
really the best part of the game was the kickoff return. We had the first 2 kickoffs went past the 50. We had 3 that went past the 50. Just incredible. You usually don't get that in any game. And so Jace Pingree definitely taking it back, best part of the game.
And then we've got our Old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game. Again, locations in Smithfield, Logan, and South Logan. You need to make sure you try their fantastic breakfast sandwiches at those locations. You'll love it. We got to give our Old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game. Normally I try and write down the exact time because you got to pass along these details to the KVNU morning show. I want to make sure I email those guys so they can have this, but we'll give you roughly the time, and as long as you can get that, it was the Jace Pingree about 40-yard gain. Make sure to give these details. If you want to be specific, you can go back and watch. It was the last 2 minutes of the game, that last drive. Jace Pingree just dancing around and pinballing off a few defenders, gaining roughly 40 yards, about 2 minutes left. Give them that details, and if you can give them that much, I'll make sure to let them know that you can get that. You can win free bread from the Old Grist Mill.
I think it's like 4 loaves of bread.
Yeah, so again, a pass from Easton Favero to Jace Pingree with roughly 2 minutes to go in the game and a gain of about 40 yards.
And it was incredible. I think he broke 4 tackles and just kept spinning around. He probably was dizzy before he got tackled.
Making me dizzy just watching it. But that's going to do it for us tonight. I've been Jason Walker, joined by Josh Anderson. Thank you so much, and have a good evening, everybody.
This Logan Grizzlies broadcast has been a presentation of KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM, and CashValleyDaily.com. Made possible by Advanced Heating and AC, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Lana Powell State Farm, Old Grist Mill, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, Logan Coaches and Boosters, and Cache Valley Daily. Catch replays and photo galleries of previous games on CashValleyDaily.com.